Hi everyone, this is my Mythic Demonic Inquisition guide. I almost didn't make this video because our kill is sloppy, but if I get it out this week, I figured it would help more people than if I just did it next week on a new kill. I can still show you all the proper positioning and what not to do. I tried to wipe the raid accidentally at a certain point, so let me show you what you want to use. So talent-wise, go with Abyssal Strike, Fallout, Flame Crash, Fracture, Concentrated Sigils, Spirit Bomb, and Demonic Infusion. 70% of all the damage on this fight is physical, so Demonic Infusion gives you a higher uptime of your Demon Spikes. Other than that, everything else is pretty much cookie cutter for raiding. You could probably run with Razor Spikes if you really wanted to. That would be okay for increased single target damage. Abyssal still might be better since you have 2 targets. Gear-wise, the Dark Moon deck is huge. This gives you the best physical damage mitigation, so use this. Legendaries, I use the Archimonde's Hatred Reborn and the Oblivion's Embrace. I'm a big fan of these pants. If you have them, the extra charges of Demon Spikes is huge. Other legendaries you could use on this fight, let's take a look. Pride S is still good. I still prefer Pants just because of stats and the extra charges, but Pride S is still good. Shoulders is not good, that's trash tier. Wrist is not good. Cloak is not good. You could go with Sephuz because you can interrupt Balak and get and proc it yourself, so this is not bad if you can get the interrupts. Fragments of the Betrayer is okay. The belt is still good for damage, so if you're looking for damage, the belt is good. So the ones I'd recommend for tier 1 would be Prides, Pants, Archimonde's, and Sephuz, assuming you can get the interrupt and the DPS isn't trying to take it. And Boots, I would say Boots is also tier 1. The increased time of Fiery Brand is always good, especially when you're cleaving off of 2 targets. And the rest is not very good. So if you have any of those, use those. Otherwise, you're stuck using what you have. Other than that, just eye level, balance your stats. Nothing really big here. For consumables, I use the same stuff: the Agility Flask and the Feast with the Agility proc on it. And I use Prolonged Powers. If you're trying to parse, you could probably get away with Old Wars as well. Alright, so that is the intro. Let's go ahead and look at the footage. Alright, so here we are. We have Atragan and Balak. For as much as you can, you want to keep both of them next to each other so you can get cleave damage since they both share HP. However, there's 2 times you're going to have to move them apart. I'll show you how to position that, how you want to do that, if you will. So basically, you have to tank Atragan. Balak cannot be tanked, so you tank him. He does a ton of physical damage. And the goal is to just maximize damage and work with your torment bar. So on the pull, I do my normal rotation. I do my Fiery Brand on Atragan, and then do my Fiery Demise rotation, Immolation Aura, Soul Carver, Spirit Bomb. I'm using all my Infernal Slams for damage, Flame Sigil, all that good stuff. Keep in mind, this is my first kill, and I am the raid leader, so my first kills are always sloppy on my end. I don't use Demon Spikes as much as I should, so keep that in mind as you're watching. So, alright, so let's go ahead and start this.
3, 2, 1.
So I want to group them up, and I want to position this so that when Atragan does his Scythe Sweep, it doesn't hit anybody else. So I pull him in and then turn him away from the melee. I found that you can parry this Scythe. I didn't there. So if you want to use your Demon Spikes right before he does his Scythe, that will increases your chance to actually parry that Scythe, which is good because that Scythe gets a lot of torment. So here's your torment bar. So if you can parry it, that means you can wait even longer to go down to the cage. So what I'm looking at now is I'm watching. I need to turn those bars off. I'm looking for the next Scythe Sweep, because right after this Scythe Sweep, we're going to have the Quills and the Fell Squall. So what's going to happen is, I see that's coming, And I know that if he does his calcified quills, that he will not move when he does his quills. So I want to move him away from Belloc before he starts casting his quill. So when he's casting his slice sweep, I'm going to start moving him. And at this point, he does his calcified quills, and then the Fell Squall, you can see the circle here, the Fell Squall starts. And he cannot be next to him because if you hit the Belloc during there's a quell or squall or something like that, you're going to increase your torment ticket, and that's bad. So you move him over, and you're good to go. Turn this down a little bit here. Alright. So I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to watch my torment bar. About 80-ish is when I'm going to want to go down to the cage. So how I time it is during the next slice sweep is when I transition. So the slice sweep is happening. I'm going to pop DS, and then he's going to taunt, and I'm going to go downstairs to the cage.
2, 1.
Down here, you just hold threat. You want to pick up the orbs. So this is just like heroic. There's no big deal here. If there's healers downstairs, like right here's our paladin, you want to let him get all the orbs first, that way he can go back upstairs. You don't need a healer down here unless you stay down here way too long. As you're doing this, what you want to watch is the torment of your co-tank. My co-tank for this fight is Black Force. I see he's at 55 right now. If he hits 80, I need to be upstairs and ready to taunt. So I'm watching my co-tank's torment. Make sure you get all your orbs so you can go upstairs, but don't take them before you healers. I see he's at 81. I'm going to tell people I'm going to be leaving. So I should be going upstairs any second now. See, there I am. I jump over and taunt the boss. And he goes downstairs. Now, Fell Squall is happening, so I know if I move him closer to the boss, that's bad, so I need to wait. After Fell Squall, what you normally want to do here is move him closer to Belloc. This is up to your discretion because he's going to do his Bone Saw in 5 seconds. So if you can get him over there for some quick cleaving and then get him back out for Bone Saw, you can. Being our first skill, we took it simple and I didn't move him closer. So there's 5 seconds left. I'm going to wait.
4, 3.
And this is perfect because his Bone Saw is next, but he's casting Calcified Quills. So he's going to start spinning and I can get away before I get hit by the spin. If you get hit by the spin, that's 6 million damage plus a ton of torment. You should not get hit by the spin.
2, 1.
So I'm going to get out. And there's only one rule about Bone Saw is two rules. First, you bring him away from Belloc so your DPS can stay on Belloc and interrupt and DPS. And 2, once I turn my camera, I'll show you. Oh, don't throw glaives at him like I normally do accidentally, because if you hit him, your torment's going to go up. So I have a habit of throwing glaives at stuff. Alright, so right here, you see at the entrance is a star. The star is where everybody comes up once they exit the cage. Goal is to not bring him whirlwinding on the star, because if anybody pops up, they're instantly going to die. And it's your fault. So you want to keep him over here and slowly bring him around the rim. He's going to end near the star every time, but you don't want him on the star. Alright, he's done now. So what we want to do is you want him back near Belloc as quickly as possible. But you have to be careful because this side sweep will cleave in front of him as he's moving. I made a mistake here. This isn't my close swipe, but this is a mistake. I should have jumped to the wall because a scythe is coming soon. So he slices the wall and then finish moving him, but I just jump across. Because he hasn't moved yet, and if you look, he's going to start casting side sweep, and he's going to cast it right about... Oh, he makes it this time, but he doesn't make it every time, so heads up there. Beware. Mark Torment is too high. I told the off-tank he has to come back up and taunt. So make sure you instantly taunt when you get downstairs so nobody dies downstairs. Right now, this is looking like a wipe. We're already down 4 people, and the boss is at like 40-ish%. But we kept it going anyway. So again, you're watching your off tank's torment, so you know when to go back up. He called me up. I forget why he called me up, but he called me up for a reason, even though he was only at 50 energy. But if your off tank calls you, you just gotta go. So he calls me up early, and when I come up, I'm looking to where to leap to, because you can leap before you even hit the ground. I'm looking to leap over by Bellic, but I see that Atragan's not here, so I need to find him. So I see him there. I'm gonna taunt, and then I'm gonna leap over into position. Right there, I almost killed somebody, or I did. No, I think I killed somebody with a fell scythe. Alright, so fell squall, move away. Side sweep into the wall. Now this just repeats, guys. This is not a hard fight. It took us about 40 minutes to get it. We almost one-shot it, and then after that we decided to wipe on it a lot. So what I did there is his squall ended. I want to move him back towards Bellic, so I have more room to kite along the edges. And I also want to bring up my off-tank complained a lot about not being able to get him into position, and always like you'll bring him on the star because he doesn't have room. So heads up there, make sure you guys like do this line to this wall and then around. And that seemed to work better for me. Right now we're down to 6 people. This is looking like a wipe. Throwing glaives at these ads so I don't hit the other boss for torment. Too much torment, he came up to taunt, so I just left. Even if you're not at 80 torment, if he comes up, you just go. It's starting to get lower. I think he's at 30-ish% now. We realized that this could be a kill because we still have 2 better reses and 2 onks. So we can bring 4 to 6 people back, and he's already at 30%. So at this point, we're starting to make the calls to go ahead and res people into onk because it was looking okay. Even though it's been sloppy so far, is at this point we can recover. Keep watching. I see that my off tank's at 88 at torment. I have to go. Alright, so I didn't realize he was going to bone saw. Look, he had him in the wrong position this entire time. I'm not to call him out, but this is just a fact. He is bone sawing, and he's already almost to the star, or halfway there. This is not good positioning. So what I have to do now is I have to bring him towards Bellic, and then risk my own life by jumping through him. So I come up, I taunt him over, and then I see Bonesaw start, and I thought I was going to die here. So I taunted him, I'm bringing him back, I'm getting ready to jump through. I pop meta because I'm too low. So I pop meta, then I jump through, and reset the position.
Beware.
And then I bring it back to Bellic for the cleave damage.
Beware.
But right up here is where I almost killed the raid, almost wipe us. So don't do this. This was actually an accident. I didn't mean to hit the button, but I did. So let me show you what you should not ever do. Alright, so right here, the off tank just came up. He told me he came up. I go to hit my demon spikes for this slice sweep. But what I do is I accidentally hit the cage. And I want you to watch what happens. I hit the cage before this ends, and the off tank is over here somewhere, so he's going to turn and kill all the melee. So if he's side sweeping and he's on you, you cannot go down until it's done, or people will die. So watch where I mess up. So I went down and he just killed all the melee. And that almost cost us a kill. That was completely my fault for hitting the cage key too soon.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So,
Beware.
again, just tank this, lose all your stacks, let other people lose their stacks, watch your off tank. We're down to so many people, the torment list is really short. So I see he's at 30 torment. I also see the boss is almost dead because I know that at this point, the next time I go up, is either we're going to die or he's going to die. So I look at positioning.
Beware.
I'm going to taunt the boss. Fell Squall's coming, so I'm not going to move him too close yet. I want to keep blowing my cooldowns here. That way I don't die. Start moving him over because the Squall's ending. I want to get some cleave damage before the Bone Saw. Because we're down a lot of people. We're just trying to kill him at this point. Like, this is desperate mode.
2, 1.
Jump away from Bone Saw so you don't get hit. And at this point for us, it's just praying that the DPS kills him before it's too late.
Beware.
And that's the kill, guys. Like I said, it's really sloppy, and I almost did not make this, but I figured there might be some people who's doing it this week or end of this week that this could be useful. As a tank, it's really kind of boring. We don't do much. Just the biggest thing is the side sweep that I showed you. Just don't leave before it's finished casting, or melee will die. And that's really it. So I hope it helps somebody. If you enjoyed the video, please give me a like or subscribe, and otherwise, thank you for watching.